Hi, Dan Com here with Humboldt Storage and Moving, experts at reducing the stress of moving in the greater Boston area. You know, nothing's more stressful than a situation where somebody has to move on relatively short notice. Maybe 2 weeks notice, that's pretty short notice. Maybe the house sold quickly, maybe something else arose, but it's not uncommon that somebody does have to relocate rather quickly. In these scenarios, there are some things you can do to cope with the stress of this situation. Let's talk with Jim Sullivan so we can learn some of these tips. Jim, there are a lot of scenarios where people have to move relatively quickly and unexpected. You know, for instance, maybe someone's house sells a lot faster than they thought, which is a great problem to have. But, you know, anybody who has the move coming up, say maybe 2 weeks out in advance, and it's really, I would consider that a short notice move. I was looking to talk about some tips that we could offer folks that are stuck in that sort of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is exhale, right? Because it's going to be a lot in a short period of time. So, you know, trying to obviously plan for the new address while closing things down at the original address that you're moving out of. But I mean, packing wise is a good one. That you know, I'm probably not going to get a lot done in that period of time because I have so many other things to worry about and do. So I should be realistic with the moving company as far as what I can do, assuming that I'm going through a full-service moving company.
Sure.
I mean, maybe I'm trying to rent a U-Haul, and if I'm doing that, I'd do it right away because, especially in the summertime, those things book up fast, and I might not have a truck to put my goods on.
Sure. Now, the folks that are using a full-service moving company, you know, I know one of the parts of the process is an in-home survey where a consultant comes out. I mean, if you're on short notice, do you still take the time to have that walkthrough occur?
Yeah, I think it's actually almost more important that the walkthrough happens so that we can set, again, realistic expectations from the customer's end and the moving end of it, so that the crew knows what they're up against. There's a lot less time for things to be corrected. You know,
Sure.
that the customer's got to move. They got to move.
Yep. And then, you know, another thing that obviously comes up with these short notice moves, a lot of times, you know, people get out of town, and even if they get out of origin, they're still maybe looking for a place to live at destination. I mean, what are someone's options, and what should they expect if they're in a scenario where, you know, maybe they don't exactly have a place that they're going to when their goods are picked up?
Well, I think one of the first things is try to negotiate with the moving company to have the longest delivery spread possible, so you give yourself the most time at destination to find a place to settle into. And then again, just setting realistic expectations like you did on the front end, that what am I going to be able to find? Maybe I got to take something temporarily and move into that, and then move locally at a later date.
That sounds great. I mean, obviously a short notice move is probably more stressful than the normal move, but it sounds like with a couple of these tips here that you can really reduce the stress of that situation.
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, if we contact the moving company, you get their advice, they can help you through it. They've done it before.
Thanks, Jim.